You're in the middle of the woods, you have your favorite knife. Now, probably this is not it. Pretend this is like $1,000 knife, right? Like,
Hey, you know better than that. What are you doing? It's all right.
This is not gonna save your ass.
It's just a static electricity. It's us moving to the sound. Your lips are all I need.
Here's the story that I want to get out to you guys. So I like to go camping, guys. It's kind of one of my hobbies. I'm not an outdoor survival specialist by all means. No, I don't do all that crazy. I'm gonna survive with just my little pocket knife kind of guy. But I love camping. I love getting out in the wilderness, and I love doing outdoor activities such as that. So I went out to go camping at I believe it was Kern County, and I just went out with my wife. A couple of the gears that I brought obviously was a knife. I brought 2 knives because that's kind of essential when you go camping, because you need to do food prep and sometimes some wood processing. And obviously I brought my shotgun for any kind of bear or just like emergencies, and a couple other stuff. Anyway, so I posted a picture, spap, and then the comments that I'm getting is, your knife sucks. Like, your knife sucks. You know what? Here's the thing. The best knife, period, is a knife that you have. That's all I'm gonna say. These $300, $400 knives are not gonna be better than a $100 knife or a $50 knife or a $20 knife if you don't have it on you. And the thing about, like, this is the knife that was in the picture. The thing about these kind of knives is that you don't carry it around with you. Like, it has to be an intended trip. I'm gonna go hiking, now I'm gonna carry this. Or I'm gonna go camping, now I'm gonna take this. This is not an everyday freaking knife. So something like my everyday knife is, you've seen this on videos. This is just a Benchmade Griptilian Mini, and this is my favorite everyday carry knife. And what's the best knife, period? Well, because this is on me every day, this is my most the best knife, period. It's whatever that's on you, whatever that you have. This thing has cut through so many apples. It's not even funny, and it stays sharp. It's good. Benchmade's a nice company. Again, you don't need that. You go a little cheaper and get the Kershaws, which it will do just fine, except this knife likes to bite me. So from my use, from how much I used everything here, it worked out. It works out. Now this knife, yes, it's rusting. It's not a good steel. It has a lot of chips, and I did grind it out for the most part. This has been sitting in my car, in the trunk, the little compartment of my trunk, and it developed like one little rust spot there, and one little one on the handle, and that's it. This thing has been freaking flawless. And thing is, the people that say your knife sucks usually rely on their knives. Like, they have the mentality that I need a good knife to survive, and really, no, you don't. I'm pretty sure this thing is still pretty sharp. The greatest thing is it comes with a fire starter, guys, and see, like, I actually use my fire starters, the ferrocerium rods. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it is divoted out. I use these, guys. I use them. Now, do I prefer starting a fire with a ferrocerium rod? No. If I have a lighter, shoot, I'd rather have that. Now, since this, I have this, I'm not even sure if this is authentic. This is the Bucklight. This is now my favorite knife. I've taken this camping around 3 times, and this thing is freaking fantastic. I don't need a large blade. If you see that, this is very large. It's this small little knife right here. This has been my primary camping knife, and I keep this sharp. I put kind of, I believe I put a 20 degree edge on there. I do it with a stone. I did chip this blade a few times, but this is my food prepping knife. I wash it off. I cut fruits with it, And then every once in a while, if I catch a fish, I'll gut the fish with this because it's sharp. And it's not sharp because the steel is good. This steel is whatever. It's sharp because I put a really good edge on it. If you get a $500 knife and you don't take care of the edge and it's dull, then that knife is not usable. I'd rather take a cheaper knife that's sharp. And honestly, I could sharpen on the field to get it to kind of usable sharpness. Like this thing gets dull incredibly fast. So during that camping trip, we ran out of firewood and we needed to cook food. And we had a burner, but we were using a propane lantern for light, so we needed that propane for the light. So we decided to process some wood that's already been broken off, like on the floor. And I used this because I don't have an axe, so I batoned the crap out of it. It survives effortlessly. Now I did polish this, so that's why you can't see the streaks and the ugly marks, but this was all streaked up. I just decided to polish this one before I put it away, and it looks beautiful. Say you went camping and you forgot all your other knives, but you always have your pocket knife with you. I've seen people do wonders with this pocket knife, the Griptilian and the Griptilian Mini. I've seen people baton with this thing, and honestly, if it was between I destroy my knife or I get a fire for that night, I'd freaking destroy my knife any time of day. And it's a $100 knife. It's not a cheap knife, but it's it is Benchmade's entry-level knife. When I first started getting into them, I was like, oh, I need at least 4 inches, at least 3 inches. I can never have a knife that's like a pocket knife that's under 4 inches, because then or under 3 inches, because then that's not good enough for my daily. I used my knives every day, my daily carriers. And did I ever need a blade longer than 2 inches? No, I didn't. Maybe when I cut through this apple. This is my primary use for my pocket knives, is to cut through fruit and open boxes. Honestly, I could get away with a knife blade that's under 3 inches easy, and I believe this is under 3 inches. And the thing is, what I noticed about Benchmade is they don't degrade. I mean, the more you use it, like a couple days ago, this knife was stiff because I got apple juice in here, and the only thing I did was I shoved some hand sanitizer in this lube, and then I just played with it for like a minute, and then look, now it just drops. Yeah, so again, I'm not a survival expert. I'm not even a novice. You put me in the middle of a forest with a freaking knife, and I will not survive. Survival tip number 1: bring a big ice box with lots of food and water. There's a freaking video of this, like I said, the wedge dude. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up right there.
Hi, I'm Mike with the School of Self-Reliance, and today we're going to talk about why you don't need to baton wood with a knife, why you don't need to split wood with a knife. Now, I made this in about 5 minutes, and too many people out there, you know, the batoners, aka knife beaters.
3 quick tips.
We're going to give you a fast and simple solution to gather bone-dry heartwood from even the wettest of logs, using only a knife and this easy batoning technique. Stick around to the end to find out the best way to baton wood.
You know, I'm going to get the old wife beater t-shirts. I'm going to get those made up with knife beater on it. And maybe we'll get some legislation going to get it included in the domestic violence clauses of the law. But, you know, you start with a notch. Now, grab our beating stick.
What the freaking hell, dude? Like, if you have a knife and you need a baton with it, just baton with it. Alright, so here is a video of an actual knife company saying to baton with their knives. This is an actual video from the knife company of how to baton with your knife.
It should fit in your hand and give you the weight and length needed for a good, powerful swing. Find a stable surface to place your log. Our favorite is a solid stump. Be careful. Don't damage your blade. Avoid batoning on rock or gravel. Center the blade of your knife on the top of the log with the blade facing straight down and with the tip of the knife hanging 2 to 3 inches beyond the log's edge. Now tap the knife into the log by hitting the spine side with your baton until the knife sticks firmly in the wood. Increase the power of your strokes, making sure you don't hit the tip of the blade. You may have to make some small adjustments of the knife position along the way.
The video, my video response to the guy that made a video titled "Batoning is stupid, and I'll prove it." You proved nothing. I would not follow you if you were a specialist. I will not follow you if I am in a survival mode. Here's why. Because you made something so simple, so difficult. Now I understand if it's your only knife, like your last knife, your last resort, still hell shit, I'll baton with it. I'm not gonna sit there and carve out a freaking wedge out of a big ass wood. I wouldn't even use a wooden wedge. I just freaking find a sharp rock. Aha! See that? See that? Anybody could think of something to split a wood. But if you're, like I said, when I was camping, I didn't have an axe, and I wanted to split those tiny woods. I'm not gonna freaking use a wood. I'm not going to follow your advice and not baton with my knives. I think that's stupid, and especially if you have a knife like this, the cheaper ones, baton the shit out of this, because most likely you'll have a backup knife. I've always loved like wilderness camping, but am I prepared? Do I have a bug out bag? I don't. But I do have hobbies, and one of my hobbies is target shooting, collecting knives, cups. I love these little freaking flasks and tumblers. Still cold, filled it up yesterday. I love this thing. This is like my favorite 40-ounce tumbler. Basically I fill it up in the morning and I have water all day, sometimes more than all day, which is great. Also, buddy, survivalist out there, you're in the middle of the wood, you have your favorite knife. Now, probably this is not it. Pretend this is like $1,000 knife, right? Like, this is not gonna save your ass from an animal attack. So, and for me, because I'm fat and I'm not gonna be able to run away. Even if I was fit, I wouldn't be able to run away. Yeah, I don't know where I'm getting at with this. I don't know where I'm getting with this. Survival, are you kidding? We're so not prepared. Even if you are prepared, unless you're like Bear Grease and you do it for a living. Look at the, remember the crocodile hunter, guys? The crocodile hunter, I think that was his name. Yeah, well, I mean, he passed away. It's a very sad story, but he was in the water and a manta ray like stabbed him. And he was a freaking expert. He's like the pro of pros. He spent his whole life living the wilderness and making videos about how to survive in the wilderness. So yes, to all those people that say your knife sucks, well, you know, boo-hoo, it's good for you, but I don't give a crap. And if you are in a situation where you need a knife, really the one that you have, again, is the best one. It doesn't matter if it's a $5 knife or a $100 knife. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Remember, live well, laugh more.